nature doesn't speak our language, but if we truly listen, we hear it whisper. In this journey, we give voices to two ancient guardians, the forest and the water. We are here in the FRIM, the Forest Research Institute Malaysia, where the terrestrial forest and aquatic wetland come alive. Our goal is to uncover their structure, function, biodiversity, and threats they face, and explore how conservation can guide us toward restoration.
We enter not just a forest, but a story only nature can tell.
I am the forest guardian. I rise high, rooted and deep. Trees like sharia and dryable nuts tower above while fungi and insects feed the forest floor. This ecosystem is a living network. Sunlight filters through the canopy, moisture cleans to leaf, and each layer shelters life. But now, parts of the forest are disappearing. Humans' roots widen, roots are exposed, and creatures that once nested in limbs are growing quiet. According to FRIM researchers, Dipterocarpus species suffer most. These trees take decades to mature. Losing them collapses food chains and habitat structure.
But what's causing this silence? Constant footfall leads to soil compaction and exposed roots, reducing water absorption and weakening the very trees that hold this ecosystem together. Not only that, canopy loss also leads to microclimate shifts and drying soils and causing amphibian and avian species to vanish.
This isn't just deforestation, it's unraveling an entire ecosystem.
To protect the forest, the FRIM begin at the source, which is the seed. By storing genetic material in seed banks, they preserve the future of the threatened tree species like Dipterocarpus. Next, they return these native trees to the land. Reforestation using native Dipterocarpus not only restores forest structures but brings back the balance of nature. And lastly, through ecotours and community planting, they raise awareness, strengthen connection to nature, and inspire the next generation of forest protectors.
I am the water guardian. I flow through this land, feeding roots, giving life to frogs and dragonflies. But I carry more than life now, and I carry seed, heat, and sorrow. Stream at FRIM are rich with life. You know, water is healthy when you find dragonflies or mayfly nymphs. They only survive in clean water, but when the stream darkens, so does the signal. Pollution and runoff spark
Algae blooms, sediment clouds the stream, oxygen falls, photosynthesis halts, and aquatic life disappears. But what caused this collapse beneath the surface? Let's look closer at the tracks. When trails are used too often or after heavy rain, the soil starts to wear away. That loose soil doesn't just vanish, it washes into the stream. The water turns cloudy, sunlight cannot reach the plants below. Sediment buries the stream bed, covering fish eggs and tiny aquatic insects. Bit by bit, the stream begins to suffocate. And there's algae. At first glance, it may seem harmless, but when the excess nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus from farm fertilizer or detergents enter the stream, they feed rapid algae growth. These algae blooms spread across the surface, block sunlight and use up oxygen as they grow and decay. And when the oxygen runs out, so does the life below. But there's hope and action we can take. To stop sedimentation, maintain and repair damaged trails. Add rocks, plants or barriers to slow erosion and keep soil in place. And most importantly, stay on marked path to prevent loose soil from washing into the stream. Next, to prevent algae blooms, limit the use of chemical fertilizer, especially near stream or during rainy seasons. Runoff carries excess nutrients straight into the water. Choose eco-friendly, phosphate-free detergents and cleaning products whenever possible. Small change upstream can make a big difference downstream. Let's protect the water and everything that depends on it.
What actions are taken by FRIM to restore aquatic life here? FRIM restores riparian zones, clears invasive plants, and educates through signage and community programs.
Water remembers everything it touches. If we poison it, we poison ourselves. At FRIM, healing has begun, but the current still needs guiding hands.
Although we could not enter the indoor gallery at FRIM, the information it holds is still important, as it highlights the value of the forest it represents. Malaysia is one of the most biodiverse nations on Earth. About 9% of the world's tree species grow here. Many of them in the forest we walk through. Even more importantly, 30% are endemic, which means they do not grow anywhere else in the world. If lost here, they are lost forever. According to research conducted by Chua, nearly 22% of Malaysia's assessed tree species are now threatened. These include 10.5% listed as vulnerable, 7.8% as endangered, and 4% as critically endangered. This includes key genera like Shorea and Dipterocarpus, which play major ecological roles but face increasing pressure from land use and logging. Meanwhile, the data from Department of Environment Malaysia shows a significant decline in stream water quality from 2019 to 2024, with water quality index dropping from 85 to just 60. The sharp decrease around 2021 is linked to increased tourism, while the slight improvement in 2023 shows the beginning of restoration efforts. This drop suggests higher pollution and lower oxygen levels, both of which can harm aquatic life in freshwater forest area. Conservation is no longer optional. If numbers like this continue rising, species loss will reach a point where restoration may no longer be possible.
Okay, let's bring it all together. From the sky to the stream, every part of nature is connected. This ecosystem, both terrestrial and aquatic, are held together by invisible threads. Let's look at 4 powerful ones.
In FRIM's rainforest, sunlight is the starting point of all energy. Through photosynthesis, primary producers like Dipterocarp trees convert solar energy into chemical energy. This fools herbivores like leaf insects, which in turn sustain predators, creating a classic trophic pyramid. On the forest floor, decomposers like fungi and soil microbes break down organic matter, completing the energy loop. In the aquatic ecosystem, algae and submerged macrophytes perform the same role, feeding macroinvertebrates like mayfly nymphs and dragonfly larvae. But exposed trails reduce canopy cover. More sunlight hit the stream, raising water temperatures. This stress aquatic species like frogs and insects, disrupting energy flow through the food web. Second, nutrient cycling. Each fallen leaf, decaying log, and animal dropping in the forest is part of a closed-loop nutrient system. A slow pan of forest floor, fallen leaves, mushroom, and millipedes crawling. Fungi like trichoderma and detrivores like millipedes return carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus to the soil, feeding new growth. Streams recycle nutrients too. Fish excreta and decomposing vegetation flow microbial activity, maintaining chemical balance. But where human presence is high, we observe trail erosion and sediment runoff. These disrupt microbial decomposers in both terrestrial and aquatic zones. Nutrient imbalances the trigger algal bloom, especially in stagnant water, reducing dissolved oxygen and impairing aquatic decomposition rate. This radically weakens the ecosystem ability to self-sustain. Next, biodiversity webs. The Dipterocarp trees aren't just producers, they are ecosystem engineers. One tree may host the colonies, epiphytic orchids, sub-sucking insects, and nesting birds. In the stream, a single aquatic plant species may support periphyton, provide egg-laying grounds, and stabilize flow. When species are lost due to deforestation, pollution, or climate stress, we saw evidence of trophic cascades. The last point is regeneration. Despite damage, the forest strive to regenerate. We noticed pioneer species growing near disturbed sites, mosses reclaiming compact soil, and alga returning to areas where shade was recovering. But natural regeneration requires time, biodiversity memory, and protection. If disturbances are frequent or if invasive species dominate, the forest may enter an alternative stable state, failing to recover its original complexity and function. That's why regeneration must be actively supported. At FRIM, efforts like assisted natural regeneration, ANR, invasive species control, and enrichment planting are already in place, but broader awareness and policy enforcement remain essential.
Forests are vanishing, waterways are choking, but nature is not silent. It's just waiting for us to stop ignoring, waiting for us to act. Through educational, conservation, and respect, we can rewrite the story. We are students, but we are also stewards. And we carry the responsibility of protecting every whisper of the wild. Protect, preserve, participate. We've heard the whisper of the wild.
Now it's time to respond.